experienced on the 7th Circuit. 162nd match for Kelly, Richard Kelly from New Zealand.
Yeah, Willie, what's so great about the series is that these teams, even though they find themselves here, they get the experience of playing against the top nations, and that's only going to get better from that.
Welcome into finals footy on day 3.
Gone 10.
The breeze is still there. Has it gone to 10 metres? It doesn't matter because in possession is Hashino, and he's got plenty of pace. Dream start for Japan, 15 seconds on the clock, and Hashino scores the first.
Well, Hashino's family and friends are ecstatic right now. That is an unbelievable start. The wind took it to 10 meters. It was knocked back. Hashino was the one following up, and that is absolutely fantastic to see.
No one in the pocket for Chile. There they got up, they batted it back, which is what you want to do. But 2 of their chasers actually went up in the same place, and Hashino couldn't believe his luck.
Yeah, Chile just marking the wrong spots there off the kickoff, and that'll cost them in this early stages.
Great conversion from out wide. 1 minute gone. Japan leads 7-0. Kosuke Hashino from the Cannon Eagles made his debut in Tokyo in 2012. There's Chile through their captain, Blangier. Gets the ball, and the tackle from Soijima wasn't held, so got up, played the ball again, and a good lineup here for Chile out on this right-hand side. Into the contact goes Silva.
Roll out.
Ignacio Silva earns his side a penalty, and Uros takes it out. Now they change the angle of the run. They're going to have to go into the contact here. Here is Silva again. Second time into the tackle of Nakano. Get the ball and move it out to the left. Good crisp pass. That was a good one. A couple of players out here. Now using their big man. They're running out in the wide channels. Chile. Metuas. Caught 12 meters inside the Japanese half. Soijima with the counter-ruck gets in, and now they battle. Soijima and the captain, Blangier. No possession for Chile after conceding an early first try, the dummy cut, then releasing the ball. Down the middle they go. Lovely ball movement, keeping their width and their structure. Chile looked at where the gaps may have been, and now they release it out here to Ayarza. Flirting with the touchline, and really needed to try and stay in field.
Yeah, certainly, but very enterprising player from the Chileans, moving the ball from side to side. Exciting stuff to see. They're looking for their response here after that early score.
Chileans will get the feed to the line out.
It's coming.
Torrealba is their little halfback
and I need you
from
guys
the Old Boys
come
Club
in,
in Santiago, just 20 years old. One of the smaller players in this Chilean side. He'll throw the ball and then loop around to play halfback. First job done, and then he bounces back towards the right. Thought about stealing some meters and then delivers a lovely pass out to the backs. Blangier runs across. Here's the captain for Chile, going for the line. Throws the ball in field, and now Japan get a chance to break out. This is where they are so dangerous. Soijima has got plenty of pace and power. Stands tall and delivers the ball back. The mistake from the Chilean captain. The ball that's thrown on the inside. Player in an offside position, and they'll just slow things down here.
No, they certainly will. Chile had to keep the ball alive. Japan capitalized in the end. And just look at those stats there. 15 passes for Chile. This kick is still in field.
Wow, that's gone dead.
Guys, they're dead in goal.
So that is going to be a scrum for Chile all the way back. That is a disaster. And here is Blangier trying to steal some meters, throws the ball inside, and that's where the ball was turned over. Well, they're going to give them a 5-meter line out here.
That ball looked to go out dead, in our opinion, but again, we couldn't see properly from here. So Japan on attack.
Guys, just wait for a second. I need a gap, please. It's 5 meters. Excuse me. Excuse me. Gap. Gap.
Yeah.
Just hold the ball.
I don't think Richard Kelly understands Spanish, so they're not understanding him when he's talking to them in English, saying gap.
It'll be a free kick, please. Let's have a gap. Come in.
You should just say move all.
Thank you.
Now that's better. Now they've got a gap there of space. Japan lucky with that kick. They go high in the line out. Ball out the back. That didn't need to be thrown. And now the kick along the ground, the chase, getting back to secure possession. And now Hashino gets it out. Lovely pass out to where Sakai controls the left-hand touchline. Sakai breaks the first. He's one of the experienced Japanese players brought back for this tournament. And there's his second try in Las Vegas.
Well, we've mentioned his name many times this weekend. Sakai is a danger man. In his 41st tournament, he gets it wide. Bit of a nothing tackle there in the end. He busts through. And that is a great second try here for the Japanese. Just using his strength, puts his arm down, and he'll start off the second half very strong here.
Part of the Toyota Shuttles team, the 28-year-old. Had his debut 7 years ago in Hong Kong. Small and fast. Real classy players of the Japanese team that we've seen over the last few years. Unsuccessful with the conversion of his own try. 12-0. 15 passes completed to 4. Quick start. Sojima is there and he's got the ball, but he's in front of the kicker. He's got to be careful about where he places the ball there because, as we know, zero tolerance if you throw the ball away. Torrealba. Now we've had some correspondence of people asking why they've had the strapping on, the knees and the tape, and it's artificial field, but it is watered. And a lot of the players are telling us over dinner last night and breakfast that they're enjoying the stadium here, the atmosphere, being in Vegas. And also quality of the sevens on the pitch as Torrealba steals some meters down the right-hand flank, loses the ball, and Nakano gets it to Sakai. Now they move it along. Sojima at the end of the chain, but he won't get the pass from Ozawa. Plays halfback Sakai. Again, Japan using the space, using the crispness of the passes and the overlap. Ball on the inside, man wasn't out, and so Nakano on this occasion is out. 2 tries to 0 at the halftime break. Japan leading Chile in the first of the semi-finals for 13th spot.
It's very tough, something we don't really consider up here in the commentary booth, but doing a great job so far, Japan.
High restart for the second half. Chile need to score next to stay competitive in this game. They've had their chances, but just thrown passes away, given possession back to Japan, which has been the real Achilles heel for this young side from Chile, using this week and next week in Vancouver as the build-up to their tournament in Hong Kong, where they will play in the qualifiers. So this is much better from Chile when they offload, when they keep the ball. You can see just how good a team they are. Branger, the captain, with a pass. It finally finds Hideyosa, now out to Torrealba. Torrealba will race away to score his third here in Las Vegas. Brings them back to within striking distance. And good start from the Condores.
Oh, it's wonderful stuff here from Chile. Ball in hand, it's what they needed. Great support lines as well, and they bust through. Excellent stuff here in the second half. The conversion is successful as well. Great support lines, it's what they needed. Numbers in support, working in groups of 3. They finally get over the line, 12 points to 7.
One second in the South American qualification tournament, and they will be a real threat in Hong Kong next month. Chile, a high start. Will the wind carry at the 10 meters? Yes, it does. Just the Japanese stood and watched, and the Japanese, well, they haven't touched the ball in the second half. They'll get an opportunity now. We're in Vegas where fortune favors the brave, and that's what they called the Brave Blossoms of Japan. The thing I love about day 3 as well, Dylan, is you get the teams of similar quality, and I'm not taking anything away from them, but you get a much better performance because they know that they can compete and they know that there's valuable points up for grabs.
Yeah, it's a great format, it really is. You play all the games out, which is what I love as well, and you can finish on a high. Even though day 1 and day 2 didn't go so well, this is the time for reckoning right now.
We saw that with Russia and Sydney last month. Yeah, they couldn't get a win on day 1, but yet day 2, unbeaten. It really gave them some momentum and confidence leading into this tournament here. The 5th of 10 on the HSBC Sevens World Series. 5 remains. Japan looking for valuable points because they are on that dangerous 15th spot. 15 core teams on the HSBC World Series that travel the globe to the 10 different destinations. Japan is in danger of being eliminated. The new format that they've brought in just recently is that they'll have the qualifying in Hong Kong. The 15th team drops out. The winner of the qualification goes through. And so Japan needing some points here in this semi-final to get through to the big dance. Now Stellan takes it into contact. The offload is a good one. Good fend as well from Oishi. Oishi goes inside the 22. They go out to the left. Foot comes in there from Chile. And that is Rikaya Oishi from the NEC Green Rockets. I can tell you that Oishi in Japan translates to yummy in food. So Japan will be hoping they can get some food and some reward here, but that's great defense from Chile to keep the player and the ball off the ground. Great work from Uros.
Held up is the call. That's sterling defense in the end. They're still going to get a 5-meter scrum, but it does prevent an immediate try. And really getting underneath this ball is what it's all about. They try go low. We've seen a couple of brave tackles this weekend, and that's another one of them.
Francesco Uros in jersey number 5 for Chile, doing a great job committing his body to the task. Making sure the ball didn't touch the turf, which would have been a try. Now Japan need a lead by 5. They're in possession, they're in the red zone, and they've got some strength and power from Stellan. Stellan driving forward, gets it over. That's a try.
Stellan delights the crowd here. And it was the through the legs pass, though, that set everything up here. We'll take a last little look at this one. Powering through 2 players, still has the presence of mind to get the ball over the line. He knew where he was, and that is a great score for Japan.
2 players on his back. Desperate to get the try and to get the ball over the line. Patrick Stellan not playing in one of the big company sides in Japan, hence the reason his availability for Damien Corona. And here's the pass. Look at this through the legs. That's American football style.
Well, that is, but Wasali Sarevi is here as well, and so they've been seeing the great master himself. They put it into play, and then obviously the strength to get over the line.
Soejima is there, he'll claim the ball, and so Japan get possession back. Blangier goes mountain climbing. Sakai gets the ball back. Now they're playing with some purpose and pace. Japan, Soejima, who started it's going to finish it. Won the line, won the kickoff, won the penalty, gets the 5-pointer.
It's something they've been practicing in this series. It's the kickoff. They retain possession through a nice little short stab, and in the end, they get a penalty. Wonderful footwork as well from Soejima. The stop-start just leaves his defender for dead. Try time.
Like the way that Kano, the little Japanese player, came back against the grain to straighten up the defense to actually create the space for Soejima to go and untouched in the corner. This is the type of Japan that we've seen in glimpses across the last 5 tournaments. Don't forget, Japan will be desperate to try and be one of the teams that's at the World Cup in San Francisco in 2018. But here is Kano, that straightening that we're talking about, Dallin.
Yeah, that's right. Creating the space. That's what it is. It did it. It fixed players. And in the end, it was an easy try. Japan, rugby is on a high there. Of course, Rugby World Cup coming up there in a few years' time, 2019.
And of course, the Olympics of 2020 in Tokyo. So
Not 10 meters.
Japan on the global stage in the next few years. Blangier, though, wants to get on with it. They won't win the game, but they want to try and finish with another try. That pass
Forward pass.
must have just drifted forward.
There's a bit of breeze here as well. It did go a few meters extra. It looked good out of the hands, but you can see where they received it in the end.
New Zealand referee in very good position. Japan found themselves in this situation on a number of occasions where they weren't a core team and they'd come into tournaments, and so I know that the Chilean coach Edmundo Alfos has just spent some time in New Zealand, has got some context there, spent a bit of time with the Chiefs down at the Hamilton region in the middle of the North Island in New Zealand. Caught up with some friends, and when I was talking to him, he said that they're using these tournaments as they want to be a core team in 2018.
Well, Willie, I tell you firsthand, if you don't play this high-level competition, you won't find it anywhere else. So it's wonderful that they're here and they're gaining valuable experience indeed. Well,
Japan looking now to just run the clock out. Sakai, who started it with the first try, looked back, and now he's going to be caught. Chile will try and get the ball. They won't get possession.
No clear release.
No clear release. And those are the little things that they will learn heading into Hong Kong. Sakai, on this occasion, can walk out, but he won't. Full time here. Japan book a place in the final for 13th place. They have beaten Chile by 4 tries to 1 and a scoreline of 24-7.